Hello, welcome to Waterfall Yoga with Jess. Okay, so we're going to start on our backs. Maybe start with your knees facing the ceiling, and we'll hug the knees into the chest. And just take some really small circles with the knees. And in making circles with the knees, notice how that echoes and massages your sacroiliac joint, the base of your spine, where your spine meets your pelvis. Just notice how it massages that into the floor, into the mat. And notice, are there any clunky bits of that circle? Without judgment. Don't worry about it. Just notice. And then change directions. Take circles in the other direction. And notice how that compares. Really keep these circles quite small. Try not to take them too large. And then come back to neutral and just give them a gentle squeeze. And then from here, gently roll over onto one side. I'm going to start on my left. So if that's all right for you, maybe do the same so it's easier when I explain. But the principle's pretty straightforward. We're going to move between the position of having the arms expanded like a T shape along the floor and having the arms on top of each other, palms together. So we'll start with palms together. And I want you to think about the right arm being really heavy and letting it glide along the floor if possible, but no worries if it can't stay there the whole way around. And your head can follow the movement. And then swooping it back overhead. Being really slow and mindful. Letting that arm feel really heavy. Letting it melt into the floor if possible. Think about relaxing that right shoulder as it opens out as well. And do this for as long as feels good. And then, when you're ready to switch sides, so press pause and do more. So coming back to center, giving the knees a squeeze, allowing them to fold over to the right this time. Knees on top of each other. Option to start with your arms out wide in a T shape or hands on top of each other. And then gently moving that left hand and arm, opening it out, drawing a semicircle. Being really slow. And noticing all of the little echoes of feeling and movement that you feel in your body as the arm moves. Remembering to breathe and checking in to see, are you holding any tension in your face or anything that you just don't need right now. Lovely. And again, option to keep going if you have time. It's very nice. Otherwise, rolling back into semi-supine. I'll lift the top so you can see a little bit. We'll take some tiny little pelvic tilts and see if you can make this movement not come from your belly. So maybe that means pressing your feet into the floor and using more of your legs. But see if you can just gently lift the tailbone, a really tiny, tiny, tiny amount. And then letting that curl back down into the floor. And then again, lifting the tail, just a micro amount. Can you keep your belly soft? And this time we'll try and tilt the pelvis in the other direction. And again, can this come from somewhere other than your abs? Keeping the belly really soft and start to rock between those two movements. So lifting the tailbone and then arching the back a tiny bit, just a small amount. And lifting. And arching. And try and make the movement as smooth as possible. And release. Lovely. And just let the knees fall to the left. And then fall to the right. And again to the left. And again to the right. And then back to center. We're going to come to a seat. So taking the hands behind the knees, on the thighs, and rocking up to sit if you like, or just using your hands to help yourself get up and be more graceful than we might be. Enjoy that rocking up the spine if you do that. And then coming to find a nice seat, whatever that means for you today. Cross-legged, on a block, on your knees, anything, even on a chair. And then just inhale, bring your shoulders to your ears. And exhale, roll them back and down. And inhale, raise the shoulders to the ears. And exhale, rolling them back and down. Then inhale, bring your shoulders to the ears, roll them forwards and down. Inhale, bring your shoulders to the ears. And exhale, bring them forwards and down. And then just keep moving a little faster now. Keep breathing. Keep rolling those shoulders forwards. And then rolling them back. Lovely. Nice. And then interlace your fingers and make some figure eights with your knuckles, warming up those wrists. We often do a lot of keyboardy stuff at our desks these days. And then make some snakes. So it's really important to move your wrists and your hands in different ways. Nice. How do you reverse that? Reverse it. Nice. And then have a big stretch. And then inhale the arms to the sky. And exhale, twist round to the right. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Right fingertips behind you, creating a sort of second spine support. Keep breathing. And then on your next inhale, coming to center. And exhale, twisting round to the left. Left fingertips behind you, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Finding length through the spine. And ease, not forcing anything. And then on your next inhale, coming back to center. And releasing the arms down to the ground. And we'll take some little gentle neck stretches, so be really careful with yourself here. And just don't force anything. Draw your right ear to your right shoulder. Just let it drop. Don't force it. And breathe. And then option to look up to the ceiling. Give this bit of the neck a lovely big stretch. If that doesn't work for you, keep looking forwards. Keep breathing. And maybe allow the jaw to open. Maybe play with moving between an open and closed jaw. It must look quite funny right now. Nice. And then turn the nose back to the front. And then gaze down gently to your right forearm and knee, that sort of direction. This might be okay if looking up isn't, and vice versa. Some of you who are okay to look up might not like this looking down. In which case, just keep the ear to the shoulder. And breathe. And then bringing the nose back to face forwards. Use your right hand to gently bring your head back up to center. And then bring your left ear to your left shoulder. And breathe. Notice how it feels compared to the other side. Keeping your shoulders nice and relaxed, but not forcing anything, not forcing them down. Keeping rooted through both sit bones, if you're on your sit bones. And then lifting the gaze to look up. So you're sort of lifting the nose to the ceiling or the sky, if you're lucky enough to be outside. And again, play with opening and closing the jaw. Really gently. Lovely. And then bringing the nose back to facing forwards. Taking a breath. And then gazing down. So just targeting different areas of this big muscle at the front of the neck. Keep breathing. And bring the nose back to center. And gently use your left hand to bring your head up to center. And then come onto your hands and knees. And we'll just take some cat-cows. So pressing those hands into the floor. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and feet directly behind the knees. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, shoulders down and back, lift the gaze. And exhale, round through the spine. And inhale, dipping the belly, gazing up. Tailbone lifts. And exhale, rounding, squeezing the glutes, letting the chin draw into the chest. And keep going with your own breath. Again, if you can, take longer over this. Please press pause. And keep going. And start to take some circles around the wrists, getting the hips involved, the shoulders involved. Moving into your groove. Connecting with yourself, noticing what's going on in your body, and change directions. Lovely. And then bringing the knees a little wider than the hips today. Feet together. Slowly walk the hands out, sending the bum back towards the heels. Into child's pose. Bringing the forehead to the mat or a block, whichever you prefer, whatever your body needs. Another option is to make a pillow for your head with your forearms. If you want it to make it a bit more active, you can press the palms of the hands into the mat. If you want to make it more passive, you can just relax the forearms and the palms. And just let it be. Do not have your head lifted like me. I am there so I can keep talking. I'm aware that my microphone might get covered if I speak and have my forehead on the floor. And then walk your hands back towards you. And go and enjoy your day. Thank you so much for taking the time to wriggle and move with me. And I hope it sets you up nicely or finishes your day nicely, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for practicing with me. Please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you like, and I'll make more. Thank you. Have a lovely day.